Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Daily Crypto News. And I hope you guys are all enjoying your weekend. I surely am doing so, but I'm wondering, and that is my big question of today, if a friend walked up to you right now and asked you, "Hey man, what crypto should I buy?" What would be the first coin that you would recommend them? Put your suggestion in the comment section down below. I am really interested to see what you guys think, and let's get on with the video. Bitcoin's 38th richest address moves an entire $184 million Bitcoin fortune into multiple addresses. So basically, from my calculations here, that should be about 20,000 Bitcoin that somebody just sent around for just a small amount of money. Let's see here. It was 0.004 Bitcoin, which is still relatively high, but I guess this person, since he was transferring, $184 million. He didn't care about the $40 worth of fee. He didn't give a shizzle. I think he just wanted it to be really, really fast and secure, which is why he put such a high one. But fun fact, if you did it with XRP, same security, but a lot faster, would have been about, let's say, 1 cent. So that's just something to think about. And that's also, as we get into the more, advanced crypto phases, what we're really going to be seeing is a lot of these $100 million transfers, really a lot. And also we're going to see a lot more criticism towards the way they're doing that, as a lot of people are saying Bitcoin is a store of value. But to get your store of value, you still have to pay a ton of fees. And if you want to move that store of value, you still have to pay a ton of fees as well. Now, of course, they could have done this with a $1 fee instead of 40. But really with Bitcoin, the thing is, if you do $1 and it's a bit congested, it might take a couple of hours before it's really confirmed, which really might be very annoying. And with XRP and some other coins, really, that problem does not exist, which is something to think about. All right, I hate these types of things, but there we go. Binance CEO unveils beat transactions using branded crypto card. The new crypto card will be issued as a white label product via Swipe, which Binance has acquired by a majority stake in. Binance CZ took to Twitter to showcase the first beat transactions made by the influential crypto exchange's own debit card. Binance's branded card, which has been in the works since March, would allow holders to pay for goods and services with crypto coins, providing a fiat gateway into the asset class. The new card will be issued as a white label product via Swipe, which Binance has acquired a majority stake in earlier this month. So they're going to go for a white label product, huh? That's really interesting. So in this case here, just a white label, that means they already got the card sorted in and anybody can take it. And they decided to rebrand it to Binance here. I'm so excited. I love beta testing products. All real transactions, Audible, Amazon, Grab, Uber replacement, Lazada, Amazon replacement, merchants accept fiat. I paid in BNB direct from my Binance account. Binance card, I think you can finally go from 99% to 100% crypto. So at first, there was a big question. I think we all have that question sometimes, and that is whether or not it's going to be fully possible to pay with crypto, right, everywhere. Because right now, if you're 100% into crypto, yeah, you're most likely going to be put out of your house if you're renting something because, well, good luck trying to pay him with your XRP. He's not going to accept that unless you have a very cool landlord, but, chances are that that's not the case. However, with a lot of these debit cards and things coming up, I think a lot of this stuff is really going to ease in as well, especially when we're going to make a system where, anybody can just really transfer it over seamlessly if they wanted to, and you could just spend it anywhere and everywhere and just with the simplest motion do that. The only thing I'm wondering here is exactly how this is going to work in this case here, because I'm thinking what it's going to do is it gets you to keep those coins like BNB on there, right? And once you want to transfer it over, so you're trying to pay for something, it'll just mark it by the coins. But I'm wondering what happens if you want to buy something worth, $10 million. You have it on your debit card, and is there a max? Or, is there like a suggested max either, or what? Because, for example, if you wanted to buy something worth $10 million and it has to do a market buy, a market order, that would be a pretty expensive, $10 million. It would most likely become, $11 million in the right conditions, which is not really the plan, I'm assuming. Cardano's Shelly undergoes dress rehearsal, all set for July release. The Cardano network seems to be on track as community anticipates the release of Shelly by the end of this month, of course the 29th, and IOHK's Tim Harrison sheds light on the progress of the Shelly rollout. Now, all good things here actually. I'm hearing a lot of positive things. Harrison revealed that the team was working hard to initiate the hard fork by July 29th, and as per the blog post, the team has decided itself to developing a new testnet. The recent addition to the development of Shelly was the hard fork combinator, and this update was proven to be a success, and the team even ran the entire process in the field. Elaborating on the readiness of the upcoming updates, Harrison wrote, "So we have effectively recreated the steps that we'll go through later in July to activate Shelly, functionality on the mainnet, a dress rehearsal if you like, and so far it's looking good." And so this new testnet is a very close simulation slash simulacrum of where it will be slash come at the end of July and early August. And that blend of the old Byron-based network and the new Shelly mode is what they're trying to test out here. Pretty cool. Here is that big report for XRP, right? And I think we're going to have to stall it just once more for another episode. And the main reason is I checked through this, guys, and there's so ridiculously much. I really think you have to... I possibly should have live streamed it, really, just to go over a lot of these points and a lot of these smaller things, because as you can see here, just every month has its sector of 5 minutes of talking at least. So it would have to be either an hour-long video talking about everything, or I'd have to live stream it and then go over it all, at least with my opinions at it. Or you can just check through it right now and stop wherever you see something really, really cool. But there's just almost too much going on, really, for them. And this is just the first half of the year, the first 6 months, and it's already just ridiculously huge. Huge amount of tweets, huge amount of progress, huge amount of content, which to a certain degree is also, I guess, pretty interesting, right? Because it's only good things. If they got more of these points, it just means that there's more going on. And if you check it day by day, it really doesn't look like this many new updates are being brought out. But if you look at it from a greater perspective, just like this, it's just freaking insane, guys, the amount of content that's coming out. It is freaking insane, ridiculously crazy. And, I'm really wondering exactly what's to be coming at the second half of the year. Because if this is the first half, well, I think there's a lot more coming in the second, because this is also during the CV time, right? You guys know what I mean with CV, hopefully, CV19. And now that they're out, I guess, mostly out of CV, maybe America is not that fast, right? Because here, you really don't hear too much about the CV anymore. But in a couple of those places, yeah, you're hearing about it a ton still. But maybe in the shortest amount of time here, it's going to be gone. I don't know just quite yet. And we'll see a lot of growth coming in from Ripple, at least that's my personal expectation. And especially this ODL. You can see the flow here, which has deteriorated quite a huge bit. I also think this will just grow like crazy over the next couple of months as they've changed priorities, changed strategies. But I think with the new plans, a lot could be coming up. And also, I guess this part is the most important for right now. Ripple also adapted by switching its annual Swell event to virtual. The event will take place on October 14th to 15th, and Ripple Swell is also expanding this year with a summer series of regional webinars: North America 29th of July, MENA August 12th, APAC August 26th, Latin America September 2nd, and Europe, the best, September 16th. Of course, I'm kidding. And spring also introduced Developer Reflections, an initiative to highlight some of the work being done by the growing community of talented developers on the XRP ledger. Ripple's also started a new podcast series with its very own CTO, David Swartz, as the host. Again, you can read more just by clicking the link, checking it out, because this is some amazing aggregator that he just poured on us here with some huge amount of content. I really, again, recommend to check through it if you have some time. It's just huge, guys. You can really spend an entire day looking through this all, which is really, really amazing, and just only good vibes, only good things. You'll for sure learn something new as well. I mean, I check XRP and XRP news every single day, and even I missed a couple of these things, right? Which is, all but normal if you're checking it out every day, because, I mean, there's too much. Cryptos that are seeing heightened interest and the ones not popping. A very interesting title, but really, in my opinion, is just a lot of cryptos right now have the fundamentals, like, for example, XRP, which is something I've explained very often on the channel, However, they're not getting the adoption that they deserve just quite yet. And I think that's really kind of plain and simple. It's really still obvious to me as well why they are not, because in public's eyes, they're not really there to where they should be just quite yet. And I think they're trying to keep the price down a little bit, but that's on the side. Before a lot of these other cryptos, they're being overvalued. For example, Dogecoin had a little bit of an overvalue situation, which I'm going to get into in another video as well, because of all the TikTok and all the hype and whatnot. And I still think it hurts the community and hurts the system when you overhype things to a point where it's, worth more than it should be, or worth more even though it should be worth nothing because it doesn't really offer anything to the world. And Dogecoin is just here for the memes. And I know memes might be very, very important to you and to me and whatever, but what will the coin do for all of that? Not too much. Unless it were to become the official coin people had to pay with on different websites to pay for memes, I still think it wouldn't be successful, because who's going to pay for memes, right? Maybe it could have been a Reddit coin, but still, what would it do exactly, right? Why would Reddit switch over to a cryptocurrency like that would rather make their own crypto? So there's really no purpose. And since a lot of cryptos are trying to replicate it, I think they're just going to hurt the legitimacy and also just hurt themselves really, really bad among the process. Because even if it heightens your crypto's adoption and things like that, it's going to be by people who were not really, really that interested at the start, most likely. And most likely are not that interested in checking out about the crypto too much, and will most likely just sell the coin pretty fast, or be very sad if the price goes down and things like that. It's not the community you would want. New alt season visualized. Top 10 cryptos outperforming Bitcoin. Well, a lot of cryptos are outperforming Bitcoin, and even XRP has been outperforming Bitcoin like crazy. I mean, here's the top 10 crypto assets in the past week, and you can see what they have been doing, which is pretty damn huge and pretty damn nice to see. However, of course, I am also not too sure whether or not this is a start of a new altcoin move, or exactly what all of this is supposed to be meaning. And the main reason for that is coins like VeChain, coins like Chainlink, coins like Stellar, Tezos, and Cardano have all been outperforming the market like crazy. But only a couple of them have some real good reasons to do so exactly at this time. And a couple of those have good fundamentals, but they're not necessarily getting some big news out and about right now. So I'm kind of wondering for those coins, what is pushing them so much exactly this second? And it might just be that people are generally getting more interested in crypto and really want to get into it right now. That thought is not that far-fetched in my opinion, and it could really be the situation. But all right, let's move forward. XRP users can now buy 30,000 plus digital products and Facebook gift cards with a 60% discount. Now, whenever I read that, I'm always skeptical because there are so many scams going around. And a title like that, yeah, you're not really getting me hooked, because it's a little bit scammy the way it looks. But apparently this is Uquid Shop Online, which adopted XRP in 2019 April for payments of insurance and utility bills in over 150 countries. In an update mentioned that is now allowing users of remittance-oriented crypto to buy more than 30,000 digital products and Facebook gift cards with about 60% discount at its digital shop. I'm kind of wondering, why would you buy a Facebook gift card? That's one. And second of all, are they giving out discount on gift cards? Because that sounds like the stupidest idea in the world, to hand out discounts on gift cards. But yeah, it just is a cool gesture. It's a cool thing. Global payments and just payments in general are getting easier, and XRP is getting adopted through all of this. However, it kind of feels like a daily feat right now, all these adoptions in that sense. XRP short-term price analysis. If you check through it, XRP's price action over the past month has left much to be desired. In fact, XRP recently lost out to Tether in terms of market cap. However, the price, what is it going to do? Well, nobody knows, right? A couple of different analyses are coming around right now, but that really depends on exactly what the market is planning on doing here. Is a big altcoin run coming, or is it not? We really don't know, but that's all that matters for this. XRP short-term price analysis, I mean, who cares about that? It's about the bigger movements, right? And Santander's customers forced us into finding Ripple, OnePayFX CTO. Pretty damn cool, pretty damn amazing. We went over almost all of this already, but I think it's always, good to see that really the people are requesting Ripple. OnePayFX chief CTO, Ed Metzger said Santander's customers forced them into finding Ripple to solve their international remittance problem using blockchain tech. That stuff is just huge. We all know it, and there's only positive things coming from all of this. Nothing less than half of Banco Santander's global remittance service that's being offered to 140 million global consumer, or actually commercial and retail customers, can now be handled by Ripple-based OnePayFX as the digital application expands to 19 countries. The CTO said the moves resonated with Santander's intention of standing at the forefront of combining technology and finance, and Metzger said Ripple offers a blockchain technology remittance service that makes transactions transparenter, cheaper, and faster compared to archaic global transaction means. Santander was informed by their global customer to find a clear and transparent digital technology to proffer solution to the archaicness traditional process employed in money transfer. Whatever, guys, the rest is not that important, but what is important is that they have adopted Ripple because the consumers and customers wanted it. We all get it, we all know it, we all understand why. And the good part about that as well is, if it happened at one spot right now, it'll just be a little bit more time before this will happen at a ton more spots. They want Ripple because they know what they got to offer. Companies want Ripple because they know their technologies will be faster, more transparent, and cheaper. Customers want it because they know they want all of that as well. And eventually, I don't really see anybody getting left out or left behind or not wanting it, because why would you, right? Name one bad part about working with Ripple. The only one I could think about is that it might be very expensive to hop onto them or something like that. However, at this point, I think Ripple will still even pay you to transfer to their system. So I don't know why you wouldn't want to use them. I really do not see any good reason why you would not. It's all looking really, really juicy right now. It's all looking really, really good. The fundamentals are there. As you can see in the report as well over the last 2 quarters, the adoption train is already huge, but still quite limited. If you really start to look at exactly what type of partnerships they're getting, it's good, but it's still kind of lackluster if you compare it to what it could be and what it will eventually get to. I mean, all the progress we're seeing right now, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6 partnerships a day or whatever, how many it could be, maybe even just one every 2 days or 3 days or 5 days, it doesn't matter. It's all going to be left in the dust with what is to come if this whole company just gets put in a better light. And all it takes is some time and possibly the SEC to come up with a statement. But eventually, it will be huge. You guys will see. And I'm going to thank you all for watching this video. Hopefully, you all enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you press the like button and subscribe. And if you, again, don't like the content, just unsubscribe later, whatever. But I think you'll enjoy because, well, the updates are always good and you'll learn something new every single day. But thank you all for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it, as I said, and have a nice weekend, everybody.